Hi everybody, I'm JT. Welcome to another video from me here at Campervan Journey. And in this video, I just wanted to give you 5 top things that we love about our new van. Now, if you've watched the channel for a while, you'll know that we've had our van now for just under a year. I think it's about 9 months. And after much deliberation, it was the campervan that we chose after looking at lots of different options to replace our VW California. So the big question is it meeting up to our expectations? Has it ticked all of those boxes that we're hoping that it was going to tick? So I've put together 2 videos, one with the top 5 things that we really like, and one with the top 5 things that the van could do better. So this one is the top 5 that we really like. And now if you've changed your van, or are thinking of changing a van, or thinking of buying one for the first time, drop me a message in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from other fellow van owners. But let's get into that list of the top 5 things that we love about this, our newish Hymer campervan. So just to recap, our Hymer is a 2024 Free S600 based on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis. It's a 6-metre van with a pop top, can sleep 4 people in comfort, 4 travelling seats which are reasonably comfortable, we'll get to that later on, and has proven so far to be a great all-round vehicle to replace our VW California. So far we've driven about 8,000 miles, lots of which have been in France, and we've also enjoyed many days out, like today, down at the seaside in Bournemouth. So, number 1, the beds. Now if you've got a VW California or got a VW campervan, you'll know that the beds aren't particularly the most comfortable in the world. So one of the things that we've really appreciated with this new van are the much more comfortable sleeping arrangements. So the Hymer on the Sprinter chassis gives you a double bed downstairs, but with a transverse sleeping arrangement. We've got a really thick quality mattress. You can see that's about 3 inches thick, memory foam, on a wooden slatted base which folds up out of the way. We sleep sideways. Neither Claire or I are the tallest people in the world, so there's no problem with space. If you were a bit taller, it might be a little bit cozy, especially as we tend to have our head the end of the window, but it's very comfortable for sleeping, and certainly more comfortable than the downstairs fold out arrangement in the VW California. If you're sleeping upstairs in the pop top is absolutely massive. There's plenty of space up there. In fact, there's even more room for taller people, but clearly up there you're sleeping long ways. So the accommodation and comfort for sleeping for 4 people is way better than in our smaller VW California. So definitely gives us a position on the top 5 things that we love about this new van. So what about number 2? Well, number 2 has got to be the fully integrated kitchen, and more specifically the massive fridge with a freezer compartment. Now in our VW California it was the beach version, so we didn't have an integrated kitchen. We relied on taking away a couple of camping stoves, and we had a very good cool box from Total Cool. I'll put a link to the video for that in the description below. But moving up to a bigger van, we wanted to be more self-contained, and a good kitchen and fridge was one of the prerequisites. Now, the Volkswagen Grand California has both of those things, but the fridge system was a little bit odd. It was a slide out drawer that came out from underneath the side of the storage system here. And whilst it had space in it, it's really only good for standing things up, and there were no real shelves and things, and owners were forced to adapt that to give you more storage. The fridge on our Hymer though is brilliant. So it stands in a tall cupboard next to the bed. It's made by Dometic and it is huge. And you can see today we've got the most important things in there for a day at the seaside: some bacon, some ketchup and some milk for some tea. But it stays very cold. We've got it with our solar panel system and lithium batteries, we can have it running all the time. It's great to be able to buy some ice cream and lollies and keep them stored in the freezer compartment. But what we've really found is that it makes a big difference when we're going away to not feeling that we need to go shopping every day. We can go to the supermarket or the hypermarket or your local market in the French towns that we visit, buy bits and bobs for a few days, knowing that we can store them comfortably for a few days in the fridge in the van, which is fantastic. And it makes a real difference to that ability to be traveling for longer distances and being more independent as well, being able to not rely on campsites as much. So if you are thinking about making the step up to a bigger van, checking out the versatility of the fridge is definitely something I would pay a lot of attention to. So next on my list, number 3 on my list of the top 5 things that we love about our new van is driving experience. Now, when we were looking to change from our old California to the new van, one of the things I was really a little bit not concerned about, but I knew that was going to be perhaps potentially a big compromise, was that a larger van, a more commercial based van, was going to drive more like a commercial vehicle because it is a van. Their suspension setups are different. There's less care and attention paid to reducing noise, increasing refinement. One of the things I've been really quite surprised about and impressed with is how good the Sprinter chassis on our Hymer is to drive. And I know that lots of people on a mid-size van use the sort of Fiat Ducato, Peugeot Boxer type chassis as a base, but there just seems to be a step up in the refinement and comfort and performance with the Sprinter. I know there's always going to be people who are for and against it, and there's always going to be people who are in one camp or the other, but if you want and have enjoyed the experience of a Volkswagen or a German-based product and are looking for a bigger van, then I would definitely urge you to have a look at the Sprinter chassis variants as an option. Performance is very good. We've got a 9-speed gearbox, 2-litre diesel engine, I think it's about 170 brake horsepower. Even though it's a much bigger van, 3.5 tons, taller, so less aerodynamically efficient, and we still get on a run sort of early 30s to the gallon, whereas the California was giving us mid to late. And that's after upgrading the wheels to the slightly chunkier wheel and tyre combination that we've got, which will inherently give a little bit more drag. So number 3 on the list is driving experience, and it's definitely a good thumbs up. Oh, the adaptive cruise control and the LED headlamps are amazing. For long journeys through France, turning both of those on just makes the driving so much easier. So number 4 on the list of our top things that we like about the new van. It's got to be the convenience of having our own bathroom, shower room. Bathroom's the wrong word because there's not a bath in there, but shower room with the loo and just being self-contained. I don't think you can really, once you've made that step over to having it, appreciate how much convenience it adds to being able to just be completely self-contained, for being able to explore far more remote places, having our own washing and toileting facilities, but it's very nicely contained, nicely organised, and gives us the ability to be far more independent. Even on a day like today where we've popped down to the beach, it's just great to be able to come back, be able to have a wash, be able to change in comfort. We've got our own loo facilities. It really, really does make a big difference. In a small van, I know that people do squeeze into a Volkswagen California or a transporter size van, a little camping type toilet, but again, one of the big advantages is that you've got the privacy and dignity that a closed off area gives you. A top thumbs up for that as well. So for number 5 on our list, we come down to solar panels. So one of the things that the Hymer came with as standard was a pretty good electrical system with a standard battery, giving enough charge for you to cope with a day or two off-grid. But when we ordered this van, it had already been specced with a lithium battery upgrade and the opportunity to add solar panels. So we took full advantage of that and had a 300 watt solar panel added to the roof, which feeds directly into the lithium battery. And that has made a huge difference to being able to spend more time off-grid. And whilst we were away in France in the summer last year, we were away for 2 weeks and only needed to plug in once on electrical hookup. The rest of the time we had enough energy created by the solar panel and stored in the lithium battery to run all of our electrical services. The solar function that we've had added to the van, and it was an upgrade that we had done by Solar Solutions down near Poole. I'll put a link to them in the description below, has again made a massive difference to being able to enjoy the versatility of this great van whilst we're out and about. So there we go, there's our top 5 things that we love about our Hymer camper van. You probably have gathered as I've run through the list, all of them are pretty much based around giving us more independence, more ability to be less reliant on campsites, less reliant on hookup, less reliant on being restricted to certain destinations and activities. So all of them give us more flexibility and all of them enable us to enjoy the van on a day out like today, on a weekend away, or a 3-week trip across Europe in the summer. If you're thinking about upgrading a van or purchasing a van like this, I'd be very pleased to hear from you. Please feel free to drop any comments or messages below and I try and respond to all of you. But thanks very much indeed for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give us a thumbs up. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and I look forward to seeing you on another video here on Campervan Journey very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Now I think it's time to go and make a bacon sandwich in our inbuilt kitchen, which is another thing that we love about the van. Tops.